to the workshop. Today I'm just going to make a really quick video on how I go about and drilling and tapping my extrusions. I'm building a Rook 2020 Mark II frame out of my Mark I frame, but this can be applied to any 2020 extrusions. So you're going to need a couple of tools, not that advanced as many people might think. First thing you're going to need is a drill. This will make it easier. You can hand tap these, but it's going to take forever. First thing you're going to need is a drill bit and a tap. So depending on your extrusions, most of them use M5, some use M6. So make sure that you get the one that's right for you. So this is an M5 tap for my extrusions, and I like to use a 4.5 millimeter drill bit. I could go with a 4.75 or 4.8, but they're harder to get, and I can get these anywhere. So there are taps that have drill bits integrated. I highly recommend getting those. They're really easy to use. Next thing we're going to need is this block, which is a tool that I designed. Just took a couple of minutes. Designed a really simple tool that I can clamp onto my extrusions so that it doesn't move at all. So you don't need a vise for this. You don't need one. I'm going to use one just because it makes it easier to film. So for this tool to work, you're going to need a F695 bearing. These are standard on most Rooks. So it just fits into there, and there's no extra tools required. There's no bolts needed for this. There is an option, so you can use M5 by 10s and some M5 T-nuts to hold this onto your extrusion. Makes it way easier to do this by yourself. So why don't you come over here and let's get started. Ignoring the messy table, let's just look at which one we're going to use first. So in my case, it's super simple because I have different extrusions for my vertical and my horizontals. On a Rook frame, you just need to drill 4 of them and tap the rest. So I'm going to start by drilling. So I have my longer extrusions on my z-axis. You might have just 200 millimeters. That's okay. So on these, we are going to drill and tap 2 holes on each corner. So one here and one here on all of them. One of those holes are not needed, so you could skip one of them. So the tool that I designed is quite simple. You don't need to have these M5s in here. You don't need the T-nuts. This just makes it easier to do this on your own. The F695 bearing goes in the little slot on the inside, and there's a hole on the back. If you have tapped extrusions, you can actually just put this on and put 1 bolt in, and it's super simple. These are not drilled, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to thread them on, and that's already enough. Like it's really tight. So I'm just going to grab my screwdriver and just tighten these down. So this is not required. It just makes it easier for me to do this by myself. They don't have to be tight. It's there to make sure that this doesn't slip. And like I said in the intro, you won't need a vise. I'm going to use one to make it easier for you to see what I'm doing. So I'll put this in. No need to over tighten. Next, I'm going to grab my M4.3. Sorry. Yes. M4.5, and I'm just going to drill out this hole. And that's it. So now I can remove my tool. And I have my drilled end on my extrusion. Next, I'm going to tap this. So these are the ones going between all of my drilled extrusions. So this will be attached like so. So this will be harder for me than it is for you, but I'll try. First thing I'm going to do is, these holes are a little bit undersized. So I got my trusty 4.5 drill bit, and I'm just going about 20 millimeters. That's more than enough. There we go. Next, I'll grab my M5 tap. Notice that I have a nut on here. It just happened to be a T-nut. This is so that if you get aluminium mocked up on your threads, you can grab that and just unthread it, and it'll clean your tap for you. So what you want to do is get some oil. You can see that I've already oiled mine. This is just cooking oil. I took a small container of cooking oil, literally enough for me to just dab this in, and that's enough. So because this hole is pre-drilled, you don't have to be super precise, but try to make sure that you get a good look from at least 2 angles. Set your drill bit to slow, and just go in slowly. There's no need to do this too fast, or you'll heat up your aluminum. It'll get soft and it'll rip out. So just go slowly. And if you see that your drill is slipping on your tap, just crank it down. And there we go. And that's enough. Now we have a nice little hole for an M5. And we have our hole for our extrusion. The hole is just there so that we can put a screwdriver through it and clamp it down. And there we go. Now repeat that for all of your verticals and the ends of all your horizontals, and you should have a frame in no time. So that's it. I'm not going to do any fancy outros. I'm just going to do something else.